Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday morning trading room. Just a moment here, we'll get the screen share going on. All right, as expected or suspected, yesterday was a rather dull day. The market really not going anywhere after that. Well, we did see that early rally out of the open. And then the market spent most of the day going more or less sideways. There was a little hop up just after the lunch hour break, and then the market dead sideways. It remained so through much of the Asian session, and then again a little hop up during the European session. The trade forecaster saying we're going to be in trend mode for about 2 hours this morning, which would be wonderful if it works out that way. We'll see. We'll just put that on the shelf here for now. All right, we got a little bit of a test of the extreme going on here with the eagle. So the market coming up now, trying to retest the high. This technically is a rule of three signal. That is a counter trend signal for the eagle. Now, normally with the rule of three signal, what we see is we see three counter trend attempts. But we do have all the parameters for a rule of three here after the second one. You can see, as with all counter trend trades, so if we're going to do a counter trend attempt here, I would probably look to enter on a break below the trend line, perhaps. like I said, if the market is going to reverse here, we will get a third signal to short. The hawk right now a little bit conflicted, as is the falcon. The raptor, yeah, also kind of sideways. We already got a couple counter trend signals here. And as we saw on the eagle, we're making a very, very large um, number 2 signal. Okay, I'm going to go back to the eagle and show you now this rule of 3. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my just in case order, just in case the bottom falls out of the market before I get a chance to get that third signal. All right, and looks like we're going to get it right here. You see, we've got the warning dot, we've got the audio alert, and they're backing off for the moment. Still a little bullish. Okay, here they come again. And like I said, you'll be able to get comparable signals on the other tools. Well, maybe not the hawk. The hawk's not ready yet. Oh, look at that. The falcon's still kind of bullish. In fact, we're in the midst of a possible late filter entry signal. And the raptor, except for the, the rather large test of the extreme and possible number 2 signal, which is printing right here. It looks as though the eagle is giving us the best opportunity. Okay, now we have the rule of 3 signal. I'm going to adjust my trade parameters to take advantage of that entry. So we have 3 counter trend signals against a bullish band. We have the test of the extreme, namely the market is making higher swing lows. If you feel safer about it, you can enter still below this swing point here, or because it is counter trend, you can simply use the rule of 3 that's forming here on the eagle as perhaps a suggestion that the market may be changing direction. If it's going to change direction here, we will produce a trend change signal to the short side as well. All right, here they go. Looks like they're going to give it a whirl. I don't think they slipped me there. Nope, they did not, which is good. Okay, now we're seeing the bullish reaction to the breakout, which is why I said you may be more comfortable entering below this swing right here. So we're kind of supported by the primary support zone. If you're looking to extend your targets a little bit, the first target would be 71.45. The second target would be primary support here at 71.33. That seems like a fairly reasonable target, if providing, of course, if the market continues lower from here. It's not in the bag just yet. So what was that number? 71.33. Would bring us down to primary support. Oh dear, looks like we're trading in slow motion again. And this now the bullish reaction to the trend line break. And now we'll see whether or not the sellers can put something together. Well, so far the buyers holding on. Oh dear, did I pick up on a one-tick trend? I hate it when that happens. The evils of counter-trend trading. Yawn. We can't make it go any faster. As much as we might like. Yeah, look at that. The eagle, so far the only one that really produced a counter trend type signal which is a little bit odd because normally we see those kinds of things cropping up in the Hawk and the Raptor first, but not this time. In fact, the Hawk, the Falcon, and the Raptor, all three remain bullish. Well, technically the Eagle remains bullish too. The band is bullish. The better stop for this trade is actually here above the overnight. Well, I have to admit, it is not looking all that promising here at the moment. The sellers made a concerted effort here out of the open, and now they seem just to have walked away. Where'd they go? Come back, sellers. Oh, come on. No, it's looking it's looking like the buyer's not quite ready to give up the market just yet, so it's entirely possible. I'm going to get tagged here on this trade. We're still in the middle of opening range. Typically, I don't like to trade too early. I actually like to see the market try to do something during opening range. And then when I look at a chart, I can say, okay, well, the market seems more bullish today, or it seems more bearish, or it's not doing anything. It's just going sideways. All right, so like I said, the best stop is actually this swing right here. I don't recommend doing this, but I may give them just one more chance to swing the market, seeing how they're reacting here. I don't want to get tagged by a tick or two only to watch the market reverse again. So it looks as though there's some reaction now to this swing point right here. So I will allow the market a couple of ticks. So now if the market heads a little bit lower from here, I can roll my stop in back above that high and have a little more confidence that that is the correct stop placement. Yeah. Okay, Scott says you might need to pull out the magic mouse. All right, here we go. Let's try to pull the market down. Here we go. We just grab it with the mouse and pull it a little bit lower. There we go. Sometimes it helps to do it a little bit faster. Come on down. Well, what are you gonna do? The buyers just won't let go. That's the problem here. Normally, when we see this kind of setup, it's showing that the buyers are played out and that the market is really ready to start going the other way. The the thing with this type of scenario when the market is so darn quiet is that when a break comes, it's likely to be a rather pronounced move and maybe even pretty fast. I know, hard to believe right now given what we're watching. Thanks, Scott. Scott, this would be a good time to set your break even to +2. I'm still waiting for the market to trade another bar lower so I can roll my stops up a little. All right, there's a little bit of a run up now to the overnight high. Let's see if that encourages any sellers. Right now, honestly, it's not looking all that promising. It's looking like the buyers still in control. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, there you go, folks. The evil of counter trend trading. I tell you, almost without exception, when I go back through my trading journal, the vast majority of losing trades have all been counter trend attempts. So, what do we think? Is that going to be the trend? It's been so slow developing. Okay, so it looks like those early signals, I should have been staying with trend. Hey, Wingo Ray. Ray says, I just finished my second trade using the Hawk, got 263. My day is done. Good job, man. Says, I'm also using the Hawk with an 8-tick setting. You know, it's okay to experiment. I get emails from people all the time asking, what's the right setting? Well, this is trading. It's not a world of absolutes. So feel free to experiment. It's just such a slow day. Oh my gosh, sometimes these slow days are the hardest to trade. Okay, finally getting a little bit of a pullback. This may take a while. All right, so now we are back here to the macro line on the hawk, so we may produce a macro pullback signal. I would like to see whether we're going to get something resembling a double top, essentially another number two signal. I know the market trend seems to be up. What am I looking at possibly shorting the market for again? Well, yes, the market is up, but it's also very, very slow. A move back here to the hard edge, I think, is a definite possibility. Top of the cloud looks to be at around 71, 78. Bottom of the cloud, 66. So that's 12 ticks. That's almost, or 12 points. That's almost a 50 tick cloud. Keep an eye on it though. These last few days, there's been very little that we can do. We get like one, maybe two trades a day, and that is it. Yeah, great question here from Richard. Richard asking, so are you now focusing on a pullback trade or waiting for another continuation opportunity? I think we're going to get a pullback through here, especially if we get a decent test of the extreme. So if we see a little bit of a retest here, essentially making a double top, I'm looking for evidence that the buyers may be out of the picture and the sellers may be trying to reverse. And I would expect a move back here to the hard edge. And from there, well, then we're back in the no man's land, really, and the possibility of a rally. But right now, I think I would be open to a pullback, even though I did try to short earlier and it did not work out all that well. The Falcon's still holding tough here. Oh no, the Falcon now turning over a little bit on the trend line. Okay, well, technically it's not a full-on number two signal, but again, because the market is moving so slow, I wonder if that's all we are going to get. Doggone it, they're really just not offering up too many opportunities here this morning. All right, we are going to get a red bar buy here in the Hawk, so that suggests one more move higher is still coming. Oh, you scoundrels are going to slip all the way down to the hard edge without me? Yeah, Scott says he was just looking at the reports calendar and it looks like a whiteboard. There's no news scheduled this week. Well, that would certainly account for how slow the markets have been. But we're slowly getting into a situation where the market's trading itself into a corner. So we've got a bounce now here off the hard edge on the Raptor. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of the test of the extreme. The Hawk already bearish, but if you're going to short from here, again, you need to cover above the high. The Falcon getting a little bit more bearish as well. So it does look like we're perhaps getting a little bit of a better mix going on. What I would like to see is I would like to see a little bit of a rally, a test of the extreme, so a retest of the high, and then a failure. What that will do is it will actually it will corner the market so that we can either sell below the low or buy above wherever that swing high turns out to be. All right, here we go. Here's the big rally up. Oh, look at that. That was actually a quick little move there. Startled me. All right, so here we go. It's not quite the test of the extreme I was hoping for, but I will try an OCO order here, and I'll use the recent ranges. So we've got this swing low and we've got this swing high, and that's going to establish my range. If it breaks below the low, there's a good chance the market will head lower, and of course if it breaks above the high, well then we'll look for the market to try to continue higher from there. Right now I would say things possibly stack more in favor of the sellers. So if we get a number 2 signal here, that might be that would just confirm what we're seeing. Okay, we've got a green bar sell going on here on the hawk. So essentially the same type of setup. Same type of setup as what we're seeing here on the Raptor. Well, look at that. So here we go. We'll see whether the buyers, in fact, do have control of the market still. Actually, I'm not really thrilled about this trade either. I thought we would see more of a pullback, so I'm just going to give the uh, the buyers a few ticks to get their act together and hold my stops here below these lows. Well, unfortunately, I may have got stuck in a one-tick trend again because I honestly think the short is the better opportunity here. But we'll see. We'll see what the buyers can do, if they can do anything. They've surprised me earlier, but if I can get another bar or two to go in my favor, I think I will be a little bit more aggressive with my stop loss order. All right, that's close enough. I'll take the trade to break even, and here we go. We'll even go break even plus 2. That one's for you, Scott. Well, here they come. A little bit of a breakout. And of course, the pushback, which is to be expected. Whenever there is a breakout, you should anticipate that there's going to be a little bit of a reaction. All right, well, no love from the market this morning. Just another slow sideways grind. Well, we still have the same kind of idea. In fact, now the market's made that same trading zone, but it's a little bit bigger. So we still have that OCO opportunity. We still have the opportunity to short below here, buy above here. Now we have that double top. This is um, actually a pretty favorable setup because we've seen the market go up. So it's retesting the low. It's going higher, but now it's failing at the high. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to try it to the short side, and this may actually have some follow through to it. Unfortunately, the first stop really should go above the high. But after waiting all morning, we may finally see some sort of move here. Dare I hope? We got to stay below the support line right here. All right, the Hawk in tune now. We've got the first micro macro cross building. The Falcon's going to give us a trend change signal. All right, we got a few things going on here. All right, come on, you guys. You started something. Let's keep going. Oh dear. I really want to give this trade a chance. This is kind of a carbon copy of yesterday, where the market made a move out of the open and then really did nothing for the rest of the day. Well, I'm really tempted to go to break even. Break even plus two. All right, there we go. There you have it. Wahoo. Ah, there you go. See, we just have to scare them off a little bit. Well, just can't get anything going on here. All right, here we go. Another profitable trade. Well, we may be getting a sideways trading range developing, in which case it's likely the market's going to try to retest the highs, just kind of keep going back and forth, as is often the case in these types of situations. All right, well, here we go. The hawk, um, very stagnant here, but we are producing a 4-arrow consolidation. And here now on the Raptor, we're going to actually produce an early cloud crossover signal. So that's the number one signal that is early, because the cloud's not fully crossed yet. Here too, you can set up an early kind of a just in case type trade. going to get anything going on here this morning. I thought maybe there would be a little pre-lunch hour breakout, but it's not going to happen. Just a very dull day. You don't see days like this very often, certainly not a series of days like this. Let's take a look here at the daily chart because there's nothing going on. And sure enough, this is probably the cause of the problem right here. We're approaching the contract highs. And the market definitely bullish. We had a couple very strong days there. But today, they're kind of putting the brakes on that. Oh my. All right, gang. I think we're going to close up shop here a few minutes early. There's really nothing going on here today. If you are going to try to trade this afternoon, wow. I almost would be inclined to do another OCO type order. Just sell the low, buy the high. You'll probably be sitting here all day though, waiting for the market to get outside this range. But there is a chance that if it does get outside this range, it may drift a few ticks anyways. Not a fun day for trading. All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe things will loosen up by then. Bye for now.